morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi. Oh, I'm so happy that Typhon was nice to me. I didn't actually expect to summon her. I wanted to summon her because she's cute, but I didn't think she'd actually be nice like that. 2 tickets! Oh, that was wonderful. That was beautiful. And I've raised her as much as I could for now. I just need more EXP tickets and then I'll be all good. What am I expecting from Sami? Well, insanity at this point, since there's that one portal to another world. But without further ado, the Black Forest wills a dream. Through Sami. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts. Not sure how many I'm gonna go through today. About half, so either 3 or 4, depending how it feels. And of course we're gonna go from left to right. So let's start off with the biting cold. Brr, so cold. Ursus, Icefield entrance. Right Kochinsky Scientific Investigation Supply Depot. Hey, it's my bestie Magalan. Phew, finally here. Beep beep. Please enter passphrase. Ahem. Colombian Billy Bro, Ursus Caudas Docilis, Orosho. Verifying passphrase. Confirmed. I cannot read that. Colombian. Verifying speaker. Confirmed. Rhine Lab serial number CRL005. Strange tone. Me, ga, lang. Okay. Welcome to the Wright Kochinsky Scientific Investigation Supply Depot. Fishes out a notebook. Audio system in Earth's WK station is slightly damaged. Maintenance unnecessary for now. That should do. I feel like it's not damaged. It's probably like that on purpose. Stairs. Professor Mary's team probably took enough supplies for... Let's see. 1, 2, 3... 20 people? 20 people's worth of supplies for a team of 15. Fishes out notebook. Only 5% of supplies remaining. Enough for 10 people, excluding myself. Requires restocking. Now, what else? Ooh! That's nice for getting 2 6-stars within 20 pulls. Structure. Shows no signs of damage. Energy. No recharge needed. Life support equipment. Still good. Temperature's alright. First aid kits appear to be unused. Doors and windows show no sign of external damage. And finally, operate supply depot equipment. Yep, that's the route. Confirmed signals returning from outposts along the route. The routine reports along the way suggest that they didn't run into any trouble. Yay for no trouble. 2 months ago, Columbia, Trimount's Rhine Lab Headquarters, Scientific Investigation Section. Alright, I'll prepare to depart then. Anything else you need me for? That should be all. Quietly. There's one last thing, but you can't tell anyone. Huh? Sure, I can keep a secret. Glances around. Director Miriam's team went missing in the ice field. Huh? What happened to Professor Mary? Keep it down! Anyway,
That's the gist of it. So your top priority on this trip is to find and rescue the director's team. The Exploration Society is already organizing their own search and rescue, but I'm sure you know how inefficient they always are. So, you're the only one they can count on.
Got it. They've been isekai'd. Operate supply depot equipment. The other outposts seem normal, which means they're still together. That or... A signal from a Colombian outpost? Operate supply depot equipment. Picks up receiver. This is... base. We're under... need... coordinates. A signal sent by Professor Mary himself, which means that he should still be there. But it would take some time for the signal to travel all the way here. Pats her own cheeks. First things first, Magellan. Press his console button. Beep beep. CRL-005, Magellan.
Identity verified. How may I help you?
Give me both the outgoing and incoming signal logs from Colombia in the last 3 or so months. Thanks.
Confirmed. Beginning encrypted callbacks to messenger outpost.
Switches console off. Ursus uses the base station established by the Exploration Society too, so that'll be convenient for applying for an icefield entry permit. I can go as soon as the messenger from Ursus gets here to confirm the documents. I'm on my way, Professor, so stay out of any serious trouble. That was fast. Please give me a moment. I'll be right there. Hi there.
Miss Venta Magellan.
Is this Mr. Ivan?
Yes, on business as usual.
One sec. I'll open the door for you.
Hello, Mr. Ivan.
Hello, Mr. Ivan. Would you like to take a rest inside?
You know the rules, Miss Magellan. If I take even half a step forward, we'll never hear the end of it from the Colombians.
It's just us here. Who's gonna know?
Your little machine is already keeping a close eye on us.
Between you and me, the systems here aren't as smart as you'd think.
Still, better to be safe than sorry when dealing with the Colombians. Not that I don't trust you, of course, but allow me to decline your kind invitation of an abundance of caution. Out of an abundance of caution. Now then, if you could show me your documents.
Yep. That should be all of them.
Entry permit, expedition route confirmation, cartography commission. Very good, Miss Magellan. Everything seems to be in order.
Phew.
That said, I have some unfortunate news for you. All Icefield expedition permits this year have been cancelled.
What? But the documents should all be...
I doubt this is the first time you've experienced this, so please try to understand our situation.
But I have to go. It's urgent. Could you please manage some kind of workaround?
It's not impossible, if you can tell me why.
Really?
Really.
So the thing is, we have a missing team out there and I need to find them, or at least confirm their situation. There are lives at stake here, so whatever conditions there are, I'll agree to them after I find them.
Then you should have reported this to official channels and waited for an Ursus rescue team. Why set out on your own?
I understand, I really do. But an official rescue team needs time to prepare, right? I'm an explorer too. One pretty familiar with the icefield if I do say so myself. And finding them even a day earlier will make the follow-up rescue that much simpler. Also...
I understand. Then do you mind sharing the missing group's last known coordinates?
Oh, okay. Just give me a moment. They should be around here.
Thank you.
Yes, around here. Specifically here.
Ursine dialect. I've obtained the Colombians' coordinates. Based on them, they likely have something to do with what's happening in the north. Very good. What do we do with the girl? She's supposedly a veteran explorer from Colombia, but her importance to the country is unclear. Keep an eye on her and await further instructions. Understood.
Mr. Ivan.
I've just confirmed with my colleagues. My apologies, Miss Magalan, but we still can't let you head any further north. The front is under military control, so it's out of my hands.
Then...
But to make up for it, I can accompany you anywhere within Ursa's territory. My status as an Ursa's official should simplify things for you.
Let me think then. Oh right, Sami. No one would block me if I entered the ice field through Sami, right?
In theory, yes. However...
Then let's go to Sami first. I'm all ready, Mr. Ivan. Please take me there now. Wow, that was fast.
She wants to enter the ice field through Sami. Do you have enough time to run a background check? Just do what she wants. Investigating a Colombian with a public identity won't take long. When you reach the border, the guards will send someone to take over your job. Roger. Be careful not to let the witch spot you. Understood. As you wish, Miss Magalan.
These guys look kind of shady because they're covered in the shade.
Captain, a moment please. You have a question, soldier? Yes, Captain, regarding our mission. You have concerns about the military's arrangements? No, sir, I wouldn't dare. I was only thinking, how about we treat the Sami? You pity those creatures? Yes, Captain, I think... Wait, what did you just say? I can understand your sympathy. Let me ask you a question though, soldier. As I recall, you're the son of a farmer. Yes, Captain. Then, on your family's land, you must breed burden beasts. You use them to pull your carts, and otherwise create value as your father demands. Do you think those burden beasts would have done any of that on their own without your father to tame them? Of course not, Captain. So what makes you think the Sami would? But Captain, after the Ursus people overthrew the Hippogriff's rule, they spent a millennium transforming the land into what Ursus needed it to be. And yet Sami remains a desolate woodland. The Sami have contributed nothing to civilization. I believe that with proper guidance, they will eventually come to understand the painstaking efforts Ursus has made here. We've brought them the fire of civilization, so they should be shedding tears of gratitude. Yet the response, well, I believe it goes without saying. Yes, Captain. They understand only strength, and more civilized means of persuasion fall on deaf ears. As such, violence is a necessary evil. But when their descendants are living in sturdy homes and enjoying the products of Ursus culture, then they'll understand. Understood, Captain. Reporting in. A group of Sami sighted ahead, engaged in combat with the demons. Get information, and have the caster team ready their arts. Yes, sir! Captain, you... Not even a disobedient burden beast deserves to be devoured by starving beasts, wouldn't you agree? All units, prepare to attack the demons. Yes, sir!
1 week later, Sami Ursus border. Oh, they've been traveling for a while.
Just a little further, and we'll reach the border sentry outpost, and Sami is a short trek from there. This is as far as I can accompany you.
It's been a whole lot easier communicating with anyone from Ursus with you around.
Your Ursine isn't bad, although your accent is thick.
I doubt I'll be fixing that anytime soon. And I still have a lot to learn. Sometimes I can't understand a word you're saying, Mr. Ivan.
It's an obscure regional dialect. Not even other Ursus can understand me sometimes. I could teach you some in your next visit, if you're not so busy next time.
Really? That'd be wonderful, thanks.
Ha, you're very welcome. By the way, are you particularly familiar with Sami?
Well, I've never used this route before, so not really. But I've heard it takes just as many supplies to get through Sami as it does to enter the ice field. And there are fewer outposts there that you can get nearer to the ice field. As you get near to the ice field, so restocking is difficult too.
Indeed. It is a savage place.
You don't seem to like it much, Mr. Ivan.
Normally, there is a permanent garrison at every outpost in the Ursus border, but the Sami Ursus border only has regular patrols. Can you guess why?
Does Ursus have some sort of dispute with Sami?
Dispute? The Sami invaded Ursus territory and attacked our soldiers, all to satisfy their malicious, primitive desires. Even the sentry outpost up ahead was once occupied by the Sami for no reason at all. We even so kindly helped them repel the demons before issuing a protest to reclaim our territory. But they refused to leave and even harmed our soldiers. In the end, we had no choice but to drive them out with force.
Is that so? Is that so?
The barbarian Sami exacted their revenge by sending out a vengeful spirit we call the Witch. She killed every last soldier at our outpost, and has been wandering the border ever since. Whenever she runs around across a small squad, she'll engulf them in a snowstorm before going in for the kill. But if she meets a larger force, she'll hide in the wind and snow. We can neither get rid of her nor chase her away, a real thorn on our side. In the end, our only option is to strengthen the border defenses with an elite patrol squad, simply to prevent the Sami from wreaking further havoc. You must also be careful when passing through Sami. The moment they spot an outsider, they will not stop until they rip out your throat to sip on your blood. Like the wild beasts swarming the snowfield, we can only keep them in check by force. Am I clear?
Yeah, you're clear.
Good. It's windy out here. Let's hurry to the outpost and get some rest.
To me, the difference between the Ursus people and the Sami is just cultural difference.
Is the monster still there?
It's been driven off, so we should be safe for now.
Phew. Wonderful. Hey, friends of Ursus. How is the situation over there? No casualties on our end. Freya, do you still have an extra water? Any extra water? Bring some for our Ursus friends.
At once.
Phew. That was a little dangerous earlier. If you guys haven't helped out, some of our fledglings here might already be on their way to meet the ancestors. Please, there's no need for that. We share a common enemy. Where are your people headed to next? We just happen to be passing by while performing our military duties. The people of Ursus are super stiff. We just fought demons and you're still thinking about these military duties of yours. Your brothers must be exhausted. Come rest at our camp, warm yourselves with a fire, and have some dried meat before hitting the road again, friend.
See how nice this guy is.
Then, I suppose it would be rude to refuse. Ha. There's no need to be so polite. Freya, where's the water?
I'm still patching someone up. Please give me a moment.
Forget about it then. We're bringing them back to camp for drinks. Santala.
Oh, there she is. What's wrong?
Double check that there are no more demons in the area, while I take the wounded and our Ursus friends back to camp.
Got it. Then I'll return when I'm done. Remember to leave me a spot under the tree.
But of course. Get up, kiddos. Time to head home. Listen up, soldiers. Advance information.
I want some dried meat. I love beef jerky. Or heck, jerky in general. Fish jerky's delicious too. Is this really a sentry outpost? It's so spacious! And this tree smack dab in the center. Does Ursus have a custom of planting trees in the middle of buildings, Mr. Ivan?
It was planted by the Sami, and has been dead for a long time. But fortunately, it's sturdy enough to act as a much-needed barrier out here in the snowfield, so we decided to let it stand rather than cutting it down for firewood.
There aren't any other trees in 100 miles, so why would they randomly plant one right in the middle of the snowfield?
I wouldn't know.
Can I collect some samples?
By all means. We've arrived at the dead tree outpost. The witch has not bothered us. We finished our investigation into the girl too. Her background is unremarkable, but we can make use of her expertise. The border guards will move to your position as soon as they can. They'll take the girl and pass her on to the investigation team, who need someone to guide them across the ice field. Your role ends here. Understood. I'll go ahead and prepare the signal beacon to connect at any time. My apologies, little one. My apologies, friend. What are you doing? Lower your weapons! My duty is to expand our territory for His Majesty the Emperor. What? From today onwards, this too is Ursus territory. No, what? What exactly do you mean? Did I not make myself clear, barbarian? This is the only settlement within 100 kilometers. Once we occupy it, Great Ursus will naturally be the master of this land.
Anu, hello.
As this is now Ursus territory, I must request that you leave. We've been living here for ages. Well, all you've done is plant a flag. What grounds do you have to claim this land as yours? Because we're here now, no more reason is needed.
Wow, what reason? It's like, why? Because I said so. But why? Because I said so. Hello.
In honor of our friendship and mutual assistance against the demons, I'll give each of you two choices. Leave this place at once or become subjects of Ursus. You and your people are excellent warriors, so our nation will gladly welcome you. Of course, you must learn to speak Ursine, wear Ursus clothing, and most importantly, abandon your abominable and heretical beliefs.
Ew.
You!
Silently melts a spell.
Caster, shut that witch up. Freya! Don't do anything foolish, and don't even think about resisting.
Speaking in Sami.
O old tree, I plead you bear witness in my stead. Yarg! You leave me no choice, friend. All units, attack.
That's a big oof. Especially after that dude was like, you know what, guys, let me share some water with you, some food, warm up by the fire and patch your wounded, and now that.
Please speak. The wind from the direction on the border guard seems off. So there might be an incoming snowstorm. Find an open space to deploy a signal beacon for them. And upon making contact, take the target and leave the area immediately. Understood. I see you're done collecting samples.
This tree has some amazing properties. Biologically speaking, it's completely withered, but what's strange is how parts of it still feel alive and well. With more thorough research, I might even be able to publish a whole paper on it.
A great blessing to academia, no doubt. But there's a snowstorm coming, so you better go shelter in the outpost first.
Ooh, hello. Gotcha. You're not joining me, Mr. Ivan?
I'm going to go check the scale of the storm, so that if the weather worsens, we'll still have a chance to send for help.
Oh, okay. Please, have some of this before you go. I just heated up some water, so have a cup to warm yourself up.
That's all right. I'll be right back.
Mr. Ivan. I could use some water right now, actually. Wait. Why am I hiding in here by the fire while he's hard at work outside? That doesn't seem right. I'm an explorer, aren't I? How can I let my companion face this alone? Maybe I should. So cold. Looks towards window. Oh, my face hurts. The wind's picking up. You need to be careful, Mr. Ivan. That's Mr. Ivan? No, that's not. That's...
Beautiful lady.
A gust of wind kicks up waves of snow, pouring towards the outpost. However, the waves seem to advance only sluggishly, at a controlled speed, as if commanded to do so. This is not an optical illusion caused by the distance, but the wind and snow are indeed following orders. They dare not let even a snowflake overtake their leader without permission. And she, currently leading the wind's charge, holds her scepter high as she slowly makes her way towards the outpost. One step, then another. Smooth, steady, unquestionable. Until the land is buried beneath the wind and snow. Or so it might have gone, but Magalan welcomes the scene, more than anyone else on the northern frontier. Because the woman walking amongst the ice and snow is her best friend on the ice field. Hey, bestie! Simone! As her shout travels across the snow, Magalan clearly feels the wind subside. The waves of snow behind Simone vanish without a trace as she walks up to Magalan.
Hello, Magalan. Shouldn't you be out on an icefield expedition? What brings you here?
A professor I respect has gone missing out there, but Ursus blocked the route again, so I have to take the long way around. I warmed up some tea. Want some?
Why, thank you.
Glug glug.
Phew. So you want to enter the icefield from Sami?
Uh-huh. All right, Simone. You're a Sami, right?
That I am.
Then you...
How could I possibly not help out a good acquaintance?
Okay, then I'll say goodbye to Mr. Ivan when he gets back, and then we can head to Sami. Although, I've heard it's kind of primitive there and really scary.
Is that what the Ursus messenger told you?
He also said that there's a witch around here who attacks people for no reason, so I should be careful.
The Ursus are all like that. So what kind of person do you imagine this witch to be?
A little scary, just like this tree. Mr. Ivan really seems to loathe Sami, though. He was so upfront about it, too.
Us Sami hate the Ursus just as much.
But why? Couldn't you just talk out this misunderstanding?
Because to them, conquest is far simpler than understanding. They may see just one annoying witch, but countless Sami have already... No, it's getting late. Where did you say your friend was headed?
North, towards a snowstorm.
Wait here. I'll go help him out.
I think it's better if we go together.
Stay put, Magalan. You're safer in here.
Okay then. Be careful out there, Simone.
Mm-hmm.
And be careful of the witch, yeah?
Huh. If she does show up, I'll be sure to stay far away from her. In the meantime, could you warm up some more tea?
Mm-hmm. And now I'm all alone again. I hope Mr. Ivan and Simone can get along out there. Huh. Sure, they're gonna be the bestest of friends. Totally. What do you think, Mr. Tree? The ancient dead tree responds with silence.
Ah yes, best response. Silence. As one do.
I still don't get it. How can they fight off a common enemy together 1 minute, and then go for each other's throats the next? Isn't cooperation obviously the better choice? The venerable tree ponders for a moment, and decides to answer by smacking its withered branches together. Ooh, it's clapping for her. What about you, Mr. Tree? Did you come here to the snowfield all on your own because other people couldn't understand you? The towering tree feels the question is difficult to answer, so chooses to remain silent. You're right. That was a stupid question. But if possible, I still hope we can.
I'm back.
Simone? Oh, here's your tea. That sounds super pretty. An icy, like a super icy area with a bunch of spiritual or supernatural stuff.
Thank you.
So where's Mr. Ivan?
I looked where you told me to, but couldn't find the messenger you mentioned. The storm from the north is close. Perhaps he's already rendezvoused with the border guards. He called for help, and taken refuge with them. Ursa's sentry outposts aren't sturdy enough to withstand a snowstorm that's this strong. This building will be completely crushed. We might also want to...
Can we wait just a bit longer? Mr. Ivan is a pretty experienced messenger, and we've known each other for a long time, so I don't think he'd be caught by a snowstorm like this.
If you insist, just a bit longer. I'll let the old tree know that we're safe.
The old tree. Simone, are you from around here?
It used to be my duty to protect this unchanging old tree. It may have transcended death, but failed to be remembered. And to think all this happened because of a moment of kind-heartedness. We sow goodwill only to reap evil. This is how the land does things.
So that's why there's a witch roaming nearby.
Perhaps. It's about time. We'll be trapped in here if we don't get moving. What are you doing?
Finding a spot protected from the wind, to leave a mark for him. I have to at least let him know that I made it out safely. That should do it. I'm leaving, Mr. Ivan. Goodbye.
Let's go, Magalan. Onwards.
The wind and snow seem so docile when I'm with you, Simone.
Just a little arts I happen to know.
That communicator on your shoulder. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before.
This? I bought it from the Ursus. It works quite well. Do you need one?
I'm good. Colombian communicators are way easier to use than Ursus ones. Simone?
Yes?
There's something I need to apologize to you for. I hope you won't get angry.
I won't know until I hear it.
So earlier, at the sentry outpost, I got a little excited and took some samples from Mr. Tree.
Did you harm the old tree?
No, the thing is, I did intend to make a hole to collect a sample, but as soon as I touched it, it just dropped 2 pieces of bark. So really, I didn't...
Bark?
Yeah, please don't get mad. I didn't doodle on it or anything.
May I see them?
Okay. tries putting the pieces of bark together. Gidia. Haler.
Thank you so much.
What is it, Simone?
Oh, nothing. Keep these with you. The old tree won't blame you for it.
Oh. Maybe gave her charms. Thank you, Mr. Tree.
Yes, praise be the old tree. The snowstorm will be here soon, so we need to hurry and find somewhere suitable to spend the night. Let's go.
Thanks, Mr. Tree. And now for the daughter of the ice field. Hello, Typhon.
Tenacious Sami mountain warrior. Do we have news on Lazal and the other men who disappeared? Yeah, we can stop searching. Demons have been through here. The ice there has arch damage. It was a hard fight. They're all roots of the frost maple and respected warriors. But not even their bodies remained. Bad weather is known to befall the ice field. But this kind of weather has been happening for far too often as of late. Hadn't Sami long since warned us through Eichthyrener? Come, we must reinforce the fortifications and keep a close eye on every mountain pass.
What do I think of the designs for the Sami clothes? They kind of remind me of waterbenders, so I'm into it. Logs and notebook. We've entered the Fial Verton. The current temperature is 31 degrees below zero. So far, I have yet to find any comm stations with within Sami borders, and haven't been able to make contact with Director Miriam's expedition team. Ooh, hello. If Professor Mary isn't around, who am I even going to send these notes to? Every time he reads my reports, he points out all the phenomena I should have paid closer attention to. We've passed through a local settlement mentioned in the previous expedition records, at the foot of Fial Vetraton, near the edge of the forest. Even though I only lost a single glove, it feels so cold.
Need a hand, Magalan?
Oh, it's alright, Simon. I'm almost done with this report. I'll be ready to leave the shelter and brave the blizzard soon. Now, where was I? Right. The settlement had vanished. I asked Simone, quickly races. I asked an accompanying Sami about this, and it seems that Sami tribes are known to move around. Oh, looks like the snow.
Why did they move?
I tried looking into it but couldn't figure anything out. Simone told me that it was Sami herself. She told them the danger was drawing near and that they had to leave. But the climate data we've collected so far aren't all that different from the historical record. And there don't seem to be any changes in long-term trends either. So what kind of danger is Sami facing?
Looks like the scientific investigation section's data needs to be updated.
Right. Sami is still a blind spot in our knowledge, but it seems that Sami really don't like being disturbed. Professor Mary, you've always wanted to work with them, but haven't been able to. It takes so much effort to get our applications processed in Ursus. If we could just find a new path into the ice field through Sami, and build more research stations, our expeditions would be so much easier.
Unfortunately, the Sami don't want anyone in the ice field.
Right. Eh? Was I just talking to Professor Mary? Simone!
What's the matter?
Do you see a group of people over there? There's too much snow, I can't quite...
a lot.
Is it really Professor Mary? Simone, I need to head over there for a look. Girl, are you hallucinating or are they actually there?
Magalon.
It's really you. Thank goodness. I found you guys. I knew you'd be safe. Weird. How come I can't speak? My heart's beating too fast. Am I trembling? Why? No. I need to stop the professor and take them back. Professor!
Shh. Don't listen, don't look, don't speak.
But why? Oh! Okay, if she is the one saying that, okay, I'll listen. I mean, don't listen. Don't look, don't speak. I don't blame you, Simone. It's been a long time since your last visit. It's no wonder you didn't sense it.
Haha, I see. So now I'm a visitor here.
As one do. Oh, so the Sami are guardians of civilization? Huh. Well, I guess that would explain why they'd be isolated if they're the guardians. Not as much as her, but still a visitor. The route you two took hasn't been used for a long time. Huh. You're lucky I take this detour every time.
So the warriors still haven't accepted you even now, but the land herself clearly regards you as a beloved child. In any case, thank you for your help, Typhon.
No need to pay me back. The food I hid around here is more than enough to last me a few months. So you said you were heading to the ice field to look for missing southerners?
Yes.
Then let me come with you. The missing men must have run into trouble. I'll help you protect them. I can talk now? Is it okay if I talk? Listen. Don't move. Why are you raising your hands? Because I heard the Sami are very fierce, and they don't like it when others enter the ice field. I'm really not plotting anything bad. Well, the warriors here are indeed fierce, but I'm the warrior. Says the one holding a bunch of weapons. Or a giant bow. Anyway, I woke you up just now with my arts, but you can still hear the voices, right? Yeah, I can. It's okay, I've realized it's a hallucination by now. I'm not stupid enough to keep talking to it. Right, I should jot this down in my notes too. So, do you know what causes these hallucinations? Exhaustion due to the extreme weather? Maybe something in the water that paralyzes the central nervous system? Come here. Your ear. Okay, go ahead and tell me.
Alright. Now the other side.
Okay, huh? Weren't you going to whisper something? Did you just rub something on my ears? It felt kind of cold.
Now, put this under your tongue and press down on it.
Moss and a ball of mud? I know that explorers sometimes boil leather when they're completely out of food, but I've never considered eating moss in an emergency. Alright, Magellan, be brave and give it a shot.
Stop being so suspicious of everything. Just put it in your mouth.
Now you'll only hear your own voice and won't be bothered by those strange noises. Really? You're so helpful. Wait, but won't I be deaf to any environmental dangers too? It'll also affect my balance when I climb. It's too risky.
Don't be afraid. Just trust Typhon. We'll take you somewhere where the snow's not contaminated.
I wonder what that moss mud ball tastes like.
Yeah.
We'll give you a hand signal when you can spit the mud out. Until then, don't talk too loud. You don't want it to hear you. Alright. The young explorer suddenly stops and looks in a direction where no one's standing. The brief pause lasts only 2 seconds. She quickly follows Typhon's directions and squeezes the mud ball into her mouth, as though nothing unusual had happened.
Delicious.
Yeah, I can't hear anything now.
I wonder what would happen if she ate it.
Stop.
There must be fur scattered in the snow. It's a kind of detection arts. Good thing you held Magalan back. We couldn't escape the warrior's eyes, but at the very least, our visit seems a little more respectful this way.
Should we have her spit out the mud ball? You can fill her in on the situation. If her plan was to enter the icefield this way, then she probably knows nothing about the northern front.
No need. Leave the negotiations to me. Most of these warriors would chase us off with their hammers the moment they hear Colombian or the common tongue. See?
It's the Legion. They aren't going to talk to us.
You, daughter of the Santala tree. Greetings, warriors of Treescar. You're with an outlander, and the hunter with the black bow. Indeed. But please don't be so quick to attack. This outsider asks nothing of Sami. His outlander. We simply seek to enter the endless ice field.
The Sami warriors surround them in silence. They show no intention of backing off. Though silent, their stances remain unchanged, with their hands on their weapons. Regardless, Santala seems to know exactly what it is they need to hear.
I understand. It's against the rules. No one should enter the icefield rashly. You built these high walls not only to keep the icefield disasters at bay, but also to stop the Sami and wild beasts. But her dear mentor has disappeared into the icefield. She is earnestly trying to rescue someone who is practically family to her. And I hope you can make an exception.
The Sami warriors do not move an inch.
Please trust us. We will take care of the southerner and prevent her from acting rashly against Sami. She won't become lost and absolutely won't become your enemy. We are accompanying her in order to take care of any worst-case scenarios that might happen to her or the missing men. Trust that black bow too? You want us to trust the daughter of the crazed Cyclops? That black bow means nothing. She fights the same enemy as you. Her mind may be clear, but that doesn't mean her weapon won't bring misfortune. There was a time when we brought back the belongings of every last fallen warrior until we realized that the enemy could find us through their contaminated relics. I'm sure you know this well. Simone from under the Santala tree. I am a shaman no longer. But if that identity will make you reconsider, then I am more than happy to use it. There are still many among us who remember the warrior who almost became a snow priest, but she ran from her duties, so we do not intend to bring up her past. Her power can still take care of those around her. The team that went missing amounts to more than a dozen men. The northern warriors I know would never turn a blind eye with so many lives on the line. No. You must bear the harshness of fate, daughter of the Santala tree. Endure it. Do not run away. Those are Arknights' words. Did he learn something from his divination about the whole northern realms? I have no answers for outsiders. But Arknights has already led many a warrior south to inform each tribe of Sami's whispers. I understand. If Sami has made her prophecy, then I shan't insist on entering the icefield. But now that it's come to this, we lack the supplies to head back down the mountain and take the long way around. Even though the demon's contamination spreads without end, we have no choice but to continue our journey through the mountains and through the paths guarded by your warriors. Supplies. You only have the southerners' shortcomings to blame. They claim the land is a barren wilderness, which is why they find themselves unable to survive in nature. I'm simply asking that you...
Let's go, Simone. You don't owe them an explanation.
Wait, that hand signal, are you for real?
Yeah, trust me. Just hold on a moment. It's so bitter. Let me explain. I'm not a bad guy. I'm just an explorer. The only thing in these crates are reserve drones. I can open them up if you want to look. Take a look. I'm not trying to sneak into the icefield either. I just don't know how to get in touch with the Sami government to submit an application. Wait. Does the Sami have a government? I haven't actually seen anything resembling one, but... But I do have the documents I was going to hand over to Ursus. My ID, exploration permit, and an abandoned route plans. They all prove that I'm just an explorer, nothing more. Anyway, Simone and Typhon have both been so nice to me. Please don't blame them. If it's me you're suspicious of, I'll explain everything. Also... Huh? She's not imagining things. Everyone's expressions grow increasingly solemn with every word she says. Oh. They're all looking behind her as though they too can hear her hallucinations. Run, you bird brain. You brought an omen of disaster right into the group. Oops. This way.
Is this the path you mentioned?
That's right. They might have Fairymuts alongside them. I mean, why not? Fairymuts do what they want to do. And if they want to be in the snow, they can be in the snow, as one do. Like, if there's creatures willing to surf in lava, I'm pretty sure there's creatures willing to stay in the snow, as one do. That was close. The arrow hit the rock. Thanks, Rock. Thanks, the Veteran. They probably mistook it for one of us, in this thick snowfall. Your arts come in handy, Simone. I knew I could trust you to keep us hidden. Okay, now this way.
It's gotten quieter.
Let me check. Yeah, I don't see them anymore. Good, we shook them off.
Or perhaps, they stopped giving chase.
Whatever the case, we should be safe now, right? Phew, huh. All of a sudden, I'm out of breath. Give me your hand. I'll help you. Thanks. The expedition equipment and my protective gear are all just too heavy. When they designed this extreme north exploration gear, they probably didn't think we'd run in the mountains. No, wait. I need to apologize. I couldn't hear anything earlier, but it looked like you were bickering because of me. And then I got ahead of myself and started shouting. The director always tells me to think before I act, but... Maybe it's because I have no idea what's so scary about these hallucinations. But I didn't really think that through, did I? No need to apologize. Nature doesn't debate right and wrong. All that matters is closeness. The same goes for those northern warriors just now. Closeness? They're just like a chain of mountains. No matter what you say to them, you will never become part of the mountains. All you can do is try your hardest to surmount them. Of course, you also can't tell the mountains that they're wrong and should be flat ground instead. Why are they so unwilling to talk it out? Let's set aside whether they could even understand you. Those warriors normally have no need for words. See, if you and I lived together all day every day, and everything we did was the same routine, the same daily routine, patrolling, hunting, fighting, we wouldn't have much reason to talk. Because we'd be too used to everything? No, because communication is only needed when we think different thoughts. That's why I call them a chain of mountains.
Besides, they have to deal with the Ursas too. To them, they must be wary of any outlanders whose intentions they cannot discern at a single glance. It may seem a little cruel, but it's how they have to live, in Sami. One must accept fate no matter what form it takes.
In Sami, fate, What's done is done. The signal I gave back there was for Simone to run. When you're dealing with those warriors, most of the time you're going to have to back down. You can't count on them giving away. How many records will I do for today? I'm not sure. That said, now we can't reach the ice field to find your teacher. Yeah. So what are you going to do now? I guess I'll go to Kapat to request help.
That's the southernmost city in Sami, isn't it?
Yeah, it's where a lot of Colombian companies have their only branch offices in Sami. Now that the Ursus route is sealed off, it's the only place the Exploration Society can mount a rescue form from. I'll rendezvous with them and try my best to collect information on that route. After all, nobody's really all that familiar with Sami. I'll keep escorting you then. I don't need payment. I have no use for most of the trinkets Southerners offer. I just happen to have a client waiting for me in Kapat. Whoa, thanks! What about you, Simone?
I promised I'd stay with you, didn't I? But Tifon, where does this path lead? I find it hard to imagine that there are still paths in this mountain that the scouts haven't discovered.
That's because this takes us to where Argus lives.
A Cyclops' cave.
Yeah, I guess it's my home too. At least, I grew up there. I may have used Sarkat's art to cover our tracks, but any veteran shaman is bound to figure it out in an instant. But I doubt they'd want to disturb a Cyclops. Heh, no one likes hearing the prophesized tragedies doomed to befall them after all. If they kept chase, I'd have to count on Argus being home to help us out. Luckily, they weren't so patient.
This is making me feel uneasy, though.
She's the only one I bought. I need to get my besties.
They gave up far too easily, almost as if they abandoned us in the snow.
There's nothing to fear. I'm watching our surroundings. The snow creaks beneath their feet. Oh right, the disaster you two mentioned earlier. What's that all about? If we're able to find the source of the auditory hallucinations and bring back samples to Ryan for analysis, maybe we could find a more long-term remedy. Neither of them answered Magellan right away. Instead, the sound of their boots sinking to the snow grows louder by the step. What a strange question. Do you people think that catastrophes, the cold, or the fangs of a mangler will just up and disappear one day? The disaster is relatively less common, but if it comes knocking on your door, you cannot defeat it. Just like snow. Or just like now. The sound of their footsteps in the snow stops. While she wasn't paying attention, the snow had become light as a feather. Magellan blinks and does a double take. Am I hallucinating again, or is it snowing upwards?
No, your eyes aren't deceiving you. The snow is floating midair above our heads.
I need to gather samples. Give me a minute to activate the drones. A snowflake that's falling, that's still floating upwards. Ha! Got it. Next, snow that's accumulated midair. Watch out!
The snow crumbles downward, and from what I can barely make out given the visibility, there seems to be a lot more accumulated in the sky up ahead. If we keep going, it's enough to bury all three of us once it comes crumbling down.
This phenomenon must have been around for a while. They already knew about it, so they stopped giving chase. They knew we were prey driven into a dead end.
Not even a snow priest's arts can do anything about this. And nor can I. Any snow I summon will only float upward and break free from my control. Wait, Magalan, stay close to us. It's dangerous to go alone.
It's okay. I just need to get a little further away to collect samples. If the drones lose their balance while gathering and knock down the mid-air snow, only I'll be buried. Whoa, that was close. Do you feel it? The snow is trembling. Each step we take awakens it.
But a girl like her won't stop here.
Give me your hand. Most people don't like doing this, but given the circumstances, we should give it a shot. Right, to make sure the blood flows onto the arrowhead. I'll need to cut a little deeper, but you don't need me to worry about you, right?
Do what you must, Typhon. Just don't cut too deep because our hands are numbed by the cold. The snow's coming down more quickly.
Yeah. The black seeds buried in the soil know my bow and arrows. This is exactly why people always misunderstand me. Okay, it's just Magalan left. Magalan? What's your status? Oh, I'm fine. It's just the snow fell down and blocked the path. Let me switch to the snow clearing module. Okay, you two can come over now. Give me your hand first. Take off your glove. Give me a bit of time to steel myself first. Okay, here. That'll do it. Hand holding. Or not. The arrow soaked in the three women's blood breezes through the cold wind. With a loud bang, an entire slab of frozen snow comes crashing down to a cliff to the side.
Sarkaz witchcraft.
The snow up there won't fall anymore. I'll keep an eye out for the next place that looks dangerous and deal with it ahead of time the same way. Let's keep going. Okay.
I found a few more dead horn beasts close to the spring water.
Not sure what that is. What game that is.
We follow the Samavillain, the will of the land, and moved our entire tribe from the foot of the mountain all the way through the tundra. So why aren't we free of the disaster's corrosion yet? We should try the divination one more time. Just one more time, to see when the land will finally grant us peace. Or do you mean the Cyclops that traveled with us back then was telling the truth, that there would come a day when desolation would befall our tribe?
Didn't you say that somebody lived here? Yeah. And that I used to live here too. Counter-Strike? I've never played that. She's not here as usual. But this is a cave. Too bad Simone had to leave because something came up. If she were here, she could tell me if this is normal or not. What's so bad about living in a cave, Magalan? Nothing. Just wondering how I should describe this place in my notes. Whatever works for you. Here, jerky and salt. Argus isn't stingy. You can take whatever you want. Now we should have enough supplies to make it to the bottom of the mountain. Thanks, Typhon. But hold on. I don't know this Argus you're talking about. Seems a bit rude. Hmm. She herself said, and I quote, in sarcasm, anything with its curtain pulled open can be shared. You can take that to mean she doesn't care. Well, don't mind if I do. Also, is it okay if I make a detailed record of the cave in its current state? I want to take a few pictures too. I promise I won't make a mess. Why even ask? When you're done, come by the fire and rest. I want some of that jerky, that sounds good. And yes, I'm enjoying the new event. Magalan is adorable. Gotcha. Right, and can I look at these notes too? Go ahead. Only she can understand what's in there anyway. Okay. Huh? Right. Typhoon. There's something I've been meaning to ask. Wait, they have a third eye? When they say Cyclops, I thought they meant like an actual Cyclops, a one-eye Cyclops. I've never heard of three eyes. Man, I want to see what they look like now. But that'll be eventually. Maybe. Right, Typhoon. There's something I've been meaning to ask. Logically speaking, when you hallucinate, you shouldn't hear any words you don't know, or any concepts you've never heard of, right? I'm not sure if I follow your logic, but what about it? Anyway, take a look at this page. When the box is opened, Unscotarnir will realize. That's the last thing I heard the director say before you helped me cut off the noise from my surroundings.
This Ursus communicator. It's getting a signal. The question is, how long ago was it sent? Reporting to Army Border Guards with the help of Libafal, Black Mark in Sami. Shadow of trees. Tree.
Breathe in. Breathe out. Phew. Here, eat this. Okay, it's so sour. At least it's edible, right? You'll get used to it. And here, this too. Oh, huh? How come this nut is hollow? Like a bubble? Yeah. The locals call them bubbles. You hardly feel anything when you eat them, but they're very important for climbing these mountains. Do you feel better now? Does your head still hurt? I want that sour thing she was eating. I love sour stuff. I'm fine now. These fruits and nuts are way better than altitude sickness pills, at least. So do you know how they work? No, but does it really matter as long as I do? Of course it does. I just gotta jot this down and bring some samples back with me. My colleagues in pharmaceutical R&D would love to hear about this.
Did you bring any of those pills?
For altitude sickness? Of course.
You should take a look at the active ingredients.
Rummages through baggage. Here they are. Main ingredients: wild sour berries and bubble nut extract. You mean?
One of Sami's primary exports to Colombia is raw medicinal ingredients. Although, I hear your company plans to cut off all trade with us as soon as they figure out how to synthesize or cultivate them themselves. Unfortunately for them, that will never happen. Not with something from Sami.
You're saying we can't recreate the growth conditions in Colombia?
No, of course you can. But even if you did, what sprouts from the soil wouldn't be the same plants. For one very simple reason.
In Sami, because everything is provided by Sami.
Everything is provided by Sami.
Everything provided by Sami? You pick up languages quickly. When we first met, you needed Simone to translate for you. whenever you wanted to say something about Sami. Your Colombian's not bad at all either. Argus speaks it well. That's why I can manage.
I see the tree line. The mountain folk won't bother us anymore.
Oh, cool that she's that powerful. Phew, finally. A place to have a good meal. Do trees mean better food? The mountains have meat, but no fruit. The forest is different. There are all kinds of food there. Anything you could want to eat. Well, pulls out notes and starts writing. Forest has abundant resources.
Typhon, is there a settlement nearby?
Yes, and it's a tribe with a tree.
Then they must have lived here in peace for many years.
A tribe with a tree? What does that mean?
Each forest tribe has their own clan tree. If they don't, then they must either be up and coming or they manage to lose even their tree. Whichever the case, it's laughable. Will this tribe listen to us?
I believe they're quite friendly. But either way, I can guarantee that they will be more willing to welcome than the mountain tribes. Huh? Really? Of course. The mountain warriors fight the monsters in the north, and then friendly Ursus all year round, so you can't blame them for being so uptight. Some of them are less cold when they leave the front lines for home. Well, that's good to hear. So how do the Sami usually categorize themselves? It's pretty easy to remember. The ones farthest to the north who live in the mountains are the mountain folk. The ones who live in the middle of the forest and its surroundings are the forest folk. And the ones who live in the wetlands to the far south are the marsh folk. What about you then? Me? I'm a hunter. A hunter. Going by the classifications you just gave me, shouldn't it be based on what environment you're from? Oh, that. I'm a Sarkaz. I don't have a fixed place to live. And I don't belong to a tribe, so naturally, I live outside the rules. Then what about Simone? Simone, she's...
I'm a Rhodes Islander.
Rhodes? I've never heard of an island like that here. Is Rhodes Island another category here?
Perhaps.
Girl, come to my Rhodes Island.
Here we are.
Whoa, this tree. It's like a vertical nomadic city. I've never seen... I've gotta take a picture. It doesn't seem so different from last time, but... Why does it look like they're all moving things outside?
And Sami, welcome friends. Thank you for your hospitality. Attendant of the tree, we came from the north. Would it be convenient for us to stay the night? Of course, Honorable Shaman. We always enjoy receiving guests, and any other circumstances, your arrival would be reason enough for a feast. Alas, as you can see, we're preparing to move from this land that has long been our home. We leave on the morrow. You will find many of our homes in the tree empty tonight. You and your companions may pick any of them to rest in. The tree won't mind. I thank the tree and your tribe for your generosity. You're very welcome. Please, come in. Once you've settled down, please come to the ancestral home at the top of the tree. We may have need of your wisdom. Nods. We have the permission to stay the night. Let's pick. The house closest to the branch there.
Oh, I love how they get to stay in their own house. Ah, finally, sleeping indoors. Is that important? How else can you rest easy? Otherwise, you're up all night from worry. Is that so? That's awfully picky of you. It's not. Let me explain. I want to see what the inside looks like. Oh, okay. Waterproof pad, sleeping bag, there. What's so funny? Oh, I just thought it was amusing that you put in all this effort just to sleep. We don't get this chance every day, so I'm gonna make the most of it and get as comfy as I can. Wanna try it yourself? Me? No need. As long as I have my robe to wrap myself in, I can sleep anywhere. I mean, sure, you could, but you could also get in the sleeping bag and close your eyes. It's so comfortable, you'll see. Really? Can't hurt to give it a try, can it? Alright. Hup. Just squeeze yourself in there. I won't zip it up. It's soft, like beast skin, but it feels lighter than that. She's like, wow, this is so comfortable.
These are our rations for tonight.
Alright, thanks. You can leave T-phones over here.
What's wrong with her?
I had her try out my sleeping bag and she's fallen asleep. Just like that.
Oh. I need to step out for a second and speak with the shamaneer. If you want to go outside, you should take T-phone with you. The forest folk may be friendlier, but they won't appreciate it if you don't follow their rules.
Okay, got it. Have a safe trip, Simon. Hey, Typhon? Typhon? She seems pretty exhausted. I'll just take a few photos from the doorway. And now for the serious talk.
You requested my presence, ma'am. Yes, thank goodness you've come. Allow me to explain the situation. As you can see, we're preparing to move. We encountered some trouble on our way, on our journey from the mountains. Are you facing similar issues here? Indeed. Thankfully, there are no victims yet, but my tribesmen tell me of a number of ill omens we received. Most importantly, there's this. Corona Hereder. Samivilian is clear. Regardless of the reason, my tribe must depart for a more suitable home. I understand. But then, why did you summon me? Please take a look at this. I mustn't. This is your tribe's register. I'm an outsider. I understand your concerns, my friend. I've lived in this forest ever since I was a child, as did my father, his father, and all of our ancestors. But because we have lived such quiet, comfortable lives for so long, this register has become barely more than a symbol for us, an inheritance. When I flip it open, I find myself unable to understand all of its words. I've studied it with my family and communicated with my ancestors in hopes of understanding the symbols within. But I feel as though we are still missing something. You are a shaman too, are you not? I was. As long as you were once, your wisdom will undoubtedly be of assistance to us, friend. Please, have a look. We need your advice.
Time to read. Ha! Sleeping bags are actually pretty comfortable. Magalan! Strange. Where is she? Things seem pretty noisy outside. Outlander touching the clan tree? Oh no! It has to be that bird brain. Magalan, what did you do, girl? Speak. I'm Sorry, I knew I couldn't take samples, but I had no idea I wasn't even supposed to touch it. The tribe's tree is their oldest, most respected presence. Under normal circumstances, an outsider wouldn't even get the chance to stay in their tree houses. Would you touch an ancient monument for no good reason? That, or do you have any wise elders that where you're from? The president? President, okay. If you were to run up to your president and touch their face, how would others react? I'd probably be tackled to the ground by Secret Service agents before I got within 10 feet of him. It's like that then. Luckily, these people are peaceful. All they've done is talk behind your back. If we were anywhere more hot-headed, they might have taken an axe to your head. I'm sorry. Simone told you to take me with you when you go outside. How could you forget? I just wanted to take a few pictures, but the tree looked like it had a nice texture, so I wanted to see it up close, and... Wait, huh? You heard what she said? Weren't you asleep? I could hear her while asleep. Then, how come you didn't wake up when I called your name? Because I was asleep. Anyway, you've learned your lesson. Don't get hung up on it. Do you want to try some tasty fruits and nuts? They have any here? I saw a lot of them in the forest. Come, we'll pick as many as we can. Enough for Simone too. We can eat them on the road tomorrow. This specific... I guess village they're in. It seems nice. I like how chill they are. Instead of bonking Magalan, they're just like, look at this dummy. You two are back? We got some fresh fruit. Do you want any, Simone? Ooh, hello.
We should rest now. Magalan? Tifon, what did you feed her?
It wasn't me. She picked up some nuts and asked if they were poisonous. I said no. And before I could even finish, she stuffed them in her mouth. She stuffed her mouth full of them.
Silencing chestnuts? You should rest then. A good night's sleep ought to fix it. Good night.
Good night, Simone. What's wrong? You keep the sleeping bag. I don't need it. Sweet dreams. And now for the sleepover.
Have a nice rest.
Magalan can still remember how fluffy and warm her sleeping bag was, and how rhythmic the breathing of those around her was. It was a quiet, comfortable environment, just perfect for resting. But the moment she opens her eyes, she finds herself in the forest. A blanket of greenery drapes over her waist. The trees around her have shrouded the moonlight above. It is completely dark all around. She feels thirsty, so she follows the sound of water to a stream. She bends down to drink from it. Nothing is out of the ordinary. Everything is exactly as it should be, even when she sees the reflection in the water. Even if the reflection of the water is that of a musk beast. Squeak! The night is dark, quiet, and full of terrors. Magalan instinctively senses danger. She quickly lies down and breezes through the bushes before climbing onto the tree marked with her secretions. Ew. The nest she calls home. I would be the one eating those silencing nuts because they sound good. I love chestnuts. And if they taste like chestnuts, they're all mine. Squeak! It is safe there. There she will find her kin, her family. She stands on the tree branch and squeals, waiting for a reply. Nothing. She hesitates a little, but in the end, hops onto the tree trunk and back into her nest. There, her mother is fast asleep in the shadows. She wants to snuggle up to her to get through the night with her embrace, but once her eyes adjust to the darkness, she finds only a scattered pile of beast bones. The nest is very wide and very dark, almost like there's something waiting for her. Waiting for her to come home. Waiting for her to lower her guard. Waiting for her to be overwhelmed by fear. Something climbs onto the back of her neck. Ugh.
Girl, should you be walking around? Uh-oh.
And aw, thank you, thank you. And yes,
Focusing on the story is the best.
the nightmare left Magalan feeling sick. She wants to walk out the door, catch her breath, and calm herself down before going back to sleep. But the moment she steps outside, what she sees make her doubt that she has actually awoken from her dream. There is a large shadowy entity roaming here. It looks like a person, but also kind of like a tree. The large shadow is moving in a single direction at a slow yet steady pace. The entity shrouds even the moon above, keeping the ground below out of the moonlight's reach. What is this? I need to get a picture of it. I like her first reaction. Yo, I gotta document this. Click. That's not possible. It makes no sense. In the photo she just took, the shadow was nowhere to be seen, and the moonlight illuminates the ground. Everything looks perfectly normal. But the shadow stills, moves before her eyes, without a sound. Magellan stands rooted to the spot. She doesn't know if she should head back inside to sleep as if nothing had happened, or go grab her equipment and measure this possibly unrecordable supernatural phenomenon as best as she can. Just as she finds herself lost in thought, the enormous shadow sweeps past her. She instinctively jumps back, and at the same time, something climbs onto the back of her neck. What are you doing out here? Relax, Magellan. Calm down, I'm here. Nothing here is going to hurt you. You. Don't try to talk yet. Calm down first. Have a seat and drink some water. It doesn't matter how big that guy is. It's just a shadow. Feeling any better? Thanks. You almost scared me to death. You're stronger than I expected. I was looking forward to you screaming loud enough to wake everyone up. Are they going to kick me out of the village tonight then? No, the Sami aren't that narrow-minded. Had a nightmare? Let me guess. One where a beastling cub goes home, finds its mother's bones, and then gets eaten? Did you have the same dream? Yep, just this afternoon in your sleeping bag.
Oh, it's a shared dream. Interesting.
I'm sorry.
What part of Typhon's design made me like her? Just in general, I think she's adorable looking. So I'm like, oh, she's so cute, I want to summon her.
It's not your fault. It comes whenever I rest in a safe, relaxing environment. Like an unwelcome friend. This is one of the bad things about Sami. The cycle of hunt or be hunted never ends, even in your dreams. And in dreams, most find themselves on the side of the hunted. Then, can we become the hunters? Wouldn't you rather be the rules themselves? Is that even possible? Who knows? Maybe it is. Let's become more mature. When we're no longer afraid of these big guys. Magalan, why don't we try touching it? Isn't that dangerous? I thought you were an explorer. Why are you so afraid? I only ever set out after I planned for every possible contingency. But how am I supposed to prepare for this? T-Phone, you sure it's not dangerous to touch that giant shadow? Well, it's just a shadow, right? Stop pulling! We stepped on the tree! It's not the main trunk. Stepping on it a little won't hurt. Besides, no one's around to see. Hup. This is a great spot. Let's sit here. Are you sure we're not too close? How are you supposed to touch it from far away? Are we really going to touch it? It's just a shadow. There's nothing to be scared of. Or to exact, it's only a shadow for now. A very, very faint one. Maybe one day it will grow into a more concrete threat. But we'll have grown too. And we'll have even more tricks up our sleeves. So when that time comes, maybe these things won't be so scary to us anymore. Besides, I can sometimes hear a voice in that dream, where we're preyed on. If something ever scares you, you should attack it without hesitation. If you defeat it, you have defeated fear. If you run from it, you will always be afraid. Come. But Magalan uneasily looks at the curtain-like shadow before her. The cruel and oppressive feeling she felt in her dream still haunts her mind. Part of her tells her not to take the risk, but she slowly reaches out her hand out. Just like that, slowly. It'll be fine. I'll do it with you. Touch. Oh, cute! Look at them.
Oops, I clicked.
T-Phone places her palm on the back of Magalan's hand and gently pushes it forward. The moment they're met with a hint of resistance, she stops pushing forward and instead reaches forward ahead of Magalan's hand. She dips her hand into the shadow and pulls it back out. Then she places it back on Magalan's hand. See? Nothing to be afraid of. I'll give it a try. Magalan's hand inches forward bit by bit until her fingertips are finally submerged in the shadow. She thought she would feel a hint of cold, or perhaps something would suck her in or chew on her fingers. But there was nothing. Nothing. First up to the joint, then the whole finger, finally, her whole hand. The shadow still moves, but aside from the change in the light, nothing happens at all. Exactly as T-Phone said, it's just a shadow. They may not feel anything, but I wonder if the shadow feels something like, what is this strange feeling? It feels like something is reaching into my leg. How is it? Just like I said, right? You're right. There's nothing. To me, the shadow just looks like a shadow. How did something like this happen in the first place? Still hung up on those scientific principles of yours? Things just don't happen without rhyme or reason. T-Phone and Magalan are cute together, but at the same time, T-Phone, you're kind of being a bad influence on Magalan. Going into your teacher's home and then being like, she won't mind if you take whatever you want from here, as long as she doesn't have it, boarded up. Feel free to take it. It's like, we don't gotta ask her, she'll be fine. And then it's like, oh, at nighttime, we step on the part of the tree. No one's here to look. Ah, look at that giant shadow beast. It's fine, we can touch it. It's like, T-Phone. T-Phone girl, you're gonna get in trouble sooner or later. Then how come our mothers gave birth to you and me, and not to anybody else? Based on your logic, isn't that something with no rhyme or reason? Well, that's That's because it seems like you Southerners really need to have a reason for everything. But if you ask me, I think it's more important to be able to face the unknown at any time. Even if I'm not prepared. Don't you get scared? Do you? When you encounter a blizzard in the ice field, an avalanche in the mountains, or a pack of beasts when you're alone? I do, yeah. But I still think I'll manage to survive somehow. If you can manage to survive even when you're scared, you've already accomplished the most difficult thing there is. And in that case, what else is there to be afraid of? Even if the shadow in front of us were to suddenly turn into a real monster, you wouldn't be afraid, would you? If it were something that actually exists, we could deal with it. This is just a shadow. Everything that exists has a weak point. You wait, observe, and survive until the moment you find that weakness, and then you attack. That's how hunters have always lived. You're an explorer, so you're something like a half-hunter. I'm sure you can handle these things too. Nothing stays the same forever. Maybe there will come a day when the things that once scared you are afraid of you instead. Don't overthink it. We have to be on the road tomorrow. Alright, here. Want a fruit before you go back to bed? No thanks. Eating sugar before bed is how you get cavities. Alright, up to you. Good night. Nighty-night, Typhon. Magellan turns around and looks at the hovering shadow once more. But for some reason, she doesn't think it represents fear and emptiness this time. It feels more like a traveler who has lost his bearings and doesn't know where to go, simply wandering the lands aimlessly. Maybe by the time the sun rises, it will have gone back home for a good night's sleep. Click! Magellan takes another picture. Just like before, there is nothing in the photograph. She thinks a little and adds a note on the picture. Mr. Lonesome. What a lovely souvenir picture. Finally, everything is quiet once more. Only the wandering shadow is left to hover around alone. Until daybreak. Good morning. It should almost be time. I wonder what kind of ceremony this is. Ooh, it's starting! Takes out her notebook, the Sami begin the ceremony by singing and dancing around their clan tree. Perhaps this is meant to be a farewell to the tree. 10 minutes later. Ooh, 10-minute dance. That's intense. What a workout. The dance is very unique, but disorderly. Everyone dances on their own. It's almost like a carnival. I'm imagining Zumba. 30 minutes later. Oh, it is Zumba. Yawns. Is Simone here yet? Oh, she's right under the tree, talking to the shaman. If you want to look, I can lend you my binoculars. No thanks, my eyes are enough to see her without your gadget. What kind of ceremony is this anyway? And how much longer will it take? If you hadn't come, I'd have fallen asleep by now. I'm a Sami Sarkaz, not a Sami Elafia. I don't know much more than you. As for how long it will take, that's hard to say. I've seen ceremonies that ended with just the shaman's nod, as well as gatherings that lasted all day and night. That is a big difference between nod or all day, all night, dancing, dancing, dancing. Ooh, hello, hello, and thank you. I am amazed how Typhon was nice. She's adorable. I raised her as much as I could. I just need more tickets, as in EXP tickets for her. But forget the ceremony. Take a look at this. I found it in the forest. Is this a snowball? It's Ama's affection, Magellan. This is Ama's affection. Ama? That means mother, right? Good memory. As a southerner might put it, this is mother's love. It's the protection most sought after by the Sami. Among all the Sami's kindnesses, it's the purest and most sincere. Here, take it, Magalan. Put it in your pocket. Didn't you just say all the Sami want this? You found it, so you should keep it. I can't take it. I know it's worth, but that's why I don't have the right to it. Amma doesn't like granting protection to greedy people. But you know nothing about her. Ignorance is also a kind of purity. And you have an honest soul. That's why you should have it. Yo, Magalan's getting all the awesome souvenir blessings. First from the other tree, and now from this one. Then, what should I do with it? Forget about it, like you never received it in the first place. Then I gotta give you something in return too. Hold on. Here you go. Little Typhoon. What did you just call me? Never mind, so what is this? A flare. Just twist it open. Just twist open the lid and pull the string. And it'll let out a ton of light and noise. You're a hunter. I'm sure you can think of a use. That does sound pretty useful. I'll try it out next time. Huh? Magalan? They stopped dancing. Aren't you taking notes? Quick! Huh? Oh, okay. Pulls out notebook. After 40 straight minutes of independent carnival, the ceremony has moved on to the next phase. The shaman shows the tribesmen a wood carving. She says something impassioned. Then she raises her wooden staff, faces the clan tree, and sounds the horn. Then she starts murmuring something. Then there's another shaman assisting her by her side, like she is singing an accompaniment. Typhon, can you help me out and figure out what they're saying? I can't understand it. This tone is familiar, but those are clearly not words you use in normal conversation. Jots notes. Some sort of ritualistic language. She's repeating a few short words over and over. Repeating. Her emotions build up and she keeps raising her voice. Oh, something's happening now. What's going on? An earthquake? Typhon, where should we evacuate to? No, Magalan. Look, the tree. My God. What? Oh. Okay. The tree's roots begin to emerge as it gradually lifts off the ground. A thunderous sound rings through the forest and suppresses the shouts of everyone underneath. Surrounded by other trees, it slowly rises into the air as its roots ring together into a bundle and form an unprecedented, in human terms, mobile structure. Its leaves come falling down from the canopy, but the Sami are not shocked in the slightest. Instead, they appear very excited. Indeed, what could be more encouraging than your tribe's ancestral tree lifting itself from the ground, along with all the clan's history and memories? Ooh, moving house. Congratulations, attendant. The ritual was a success. I've always thought my ancestors' journeys with the tree was a mere tale. Thank you, child of the Santala tree. Without your interpretation and assistance, this awakening ceremony would not have been successful. The tree is awakened, but it still awaits a direction and its next steps from us. I must research our tribe register more. With the tree's enormous body out in the open, the disaster of the north is bound to notice it. Their activity has been growing more and more frequent as of late. You must pray for Sami to protect the tree with you. Yes, you're right. Please, make your way to the south with all haste and replant the tree. Do not let yourselves get caught up in them. Understood. The register says... Well then,
My companions and I shall take our leave. Or must take our leave. I pray that Sami will find you and your tribe a satisfactory destination, such that you need never relocate again. Oh, are you leaving so soon? You still have much to attend to. No need to see us off. Then I wish you and your companions a safe and uneventful journey. Once again, I thank you kindly for your help, honored friend. Oh, I see. To make the tree set out, I must first... Farewell. Report. Imitating the Ursus messenger's voice. I have entered Sami as planned. Please advise on the positions of Levafall and the Black Mark. Over. Humph.
Simone!
Yeah, I'm back. Is there something I can help you with?
It's time to go.
I'm sorry that it took so long.
It's okay, let's go. Simone, you really need to explain to me what she said during the ritual. It's going to be real important to my research.
I'll tell you all about it on the way.
Sounds good.
What's the matter?
Nothing. I'll be done real quick. Click. Before she leaves, Magellan snaps a picture of the enormous tree standing in the forest. For some reason, she feels that this gigantic being, almost completely blocking the sun, looks kind of familiar. She doesn't think too much about it, but merely scribbles her immediate thoughts into her notebook. I guess at night the tree becomes
a shadow. That'd be kind of fun.
Then she follows the others, as one do. Actually, it's called Shadows of the Tree. Of course it's gonna be the tree. Silly me.
It was foreshadowing, haha.
Shock suspense. And I'll do one more. Next is the revelation of nature. Hiss. Huff. Forest. Hiss.
You can take off the breather, Magellan. There are no spores here.
Okay. Phew, ha. I've never been so scared of mushrooms in my life. I warned you, Maggie. Don't touch anything, don't touch anything, and don't touch anything. Aw, she even has a nickname now. Little Typhon and Maggie. Now you know why. The empty box he gave me? I put the mushrooms inside and sealed it. Here. Thanks. Huff. Huff.
Which operator records? Uh-oh.
I wonder if they're still in there. They're probably still in there. I didn't expect the spore density to be so high, or that I could paralyze the respiratory system.
It's a carnivorous mushroom. Where do you think its food comes from?
So how come you aren't affected at all?
We hunters have ways to deal with them.
If I died in one of those mushroom swamps, I'd never live it down.
Typhon, the sacrifice.
Sacrifice. Are we there? Takes a deep breath. You're right. Sacrifice? Where are you going? Wait for me! And what do you mean by sacrifice? Me? She understood that. Of course not, you bird brain. This is the heart of Sami, the first forest.
Where we come from, and where we go.
Prepare some food as a tribute to Sami, and we can enter. Would bad things happen if we don't? Who knows? Do you want to find out? Never mind. Is hardtack okay? No idea.
Crush it and spread it on the ground.
Alright.
Great land, we ask your leave to pass over you. We offer you this sacrifice, that you may watch over us and protect us from bloodshed, from being hunted. Sami says it's okay, ladies. It will eat well thanks to your generosity. Isn't that a little casual, young shaman? Apprentice shaman? This isn't really a formal occasion after all. Sami wouldn't mind the presence of a child of the Santala tree. Oh? Interesting staff. With a skull and everything. A shaman, a hunter, and an outlander? That's a rare sight. I don't suppose you're here just for the experience? We're in a hurry to head south, and don't have time to go around the first land. I see. My teacher often takes a shortcut too. Not this time though. He left me here to experience the Same villain. I've been here for days, wandering the woods without a sliver of revelation to be found. He looks very bright. That staff though, I'm just drawn in by the skull. You should know what I mean, child of the tree. Please, call me Santala. Very well, Santala. Can you tell me what our teachers expect us to bring back from here? I do not know, Oak Child. I've only been here to witness. This is not where my trial was. Is that so? What a shame. We have a long road ahead of us, let's hurry. Wait. I'll come with you. I know the trees with the best shade, the cleanest streams, and the safest animal trails. I can be your guide. There's no one more qualified. Let me come with you, Santala. I'm so bored here I could turn into a tree. What do you think, great shaman? And what about you, Hunter? Or our outlander friend? I guess I don't mind. We're all agreed then. Let's go then. Welcome to the first forest. Welcome to the first forest. Humph. One more question, Oak Child. What is it? What should we call you? Me? My Sami name might be a little hard to remember. My teacher calls me Oak Cup, so you can too. Oak Cup. May I ask how you got that name? Because he always grabs my horns and tries to drink from it when he's drunk. Oh. Oh. Yeah, oh. Well, that's a way to get a nickname. It's nice having a guide. The travel seems peaceful so far. Or maybe not. Hey, are we being watched? Like by a deity? Big predators, one on the tree, one behind Simone in the bushes, and one behind that tree to the left. Oh, is that all? After all the weird stuff we've encountered, dealing with the carnivorous wildlife seems almost quaint. Should I be ready for a fight then? No need. They're not hungry enough to risk attacking. So stop worrying about their dinner and start worrying about ours. Food. Huh, look out. Need help? No thanks, I'm done. A tusk beast lies prone on the ground, glaring at Typhon. A gaping wound stretches from its cheek all the way to its foreleg. I guess one of them was hungry enough. Terrible choice of prey, though. Go, your meat tastes terrible anyway. The tusk beast does not seem willing to leave. It crouches down in the shadows, ready to attack again. Bang!
A loud bang rings out in the air before it, sending it scampering into the distance and leaving behind only a scattered trail of blood. Did you just shoot something with your finger, Typhon? Yeah, for scaring away big guys like these. A roll of leaves? You wrap it in the air you wrap up the air with leaves until it forms a ball. Takes notes. But how do you wrap air with leaves? Don't ask. I've tried to teach others, but no one's ever been able to learn it.
As one do? Ooh, I gotta get that one then.
Especially since I've gotten chin.
It took so long, but I finally got regular chin.
Easy. It's just an unlucky horn beast that got its neck bitten in half. Maybe by the one that attacked us, maybe by another.
Looks like our Outlander friend has grown accustomed to the way of this land.
A few more weeks of this and she'll be a fully fledged Sami. Ahahaha.
An Outlander who understands Sami. How nice. I remember working as a guide for some Colombian tourists while on a pilgrimage. They started screaming when they saw some carnivores doing their carnivoring. Apparently, they thought it was too bloody and uncivilized. Not that I call myself civilized, but didn't they pay good money to come here and see the untamed wilderness? One of them even tried to stalk the beast and nearly ended up as their next meal. Their clothes were dignified enough, but certainly not the people wearing them.
You have quite a mastery of Colombian.
Not just Colombian. I can't keep my mouth shut. Guess I'm a natural-born chatterbox.
Oh, he knows multiple languages.
And I suppose my teacher was a weird old man for teaching me all that.
No, a bit. Yes, true.
The folks back home hate it when I just strike up a conversation with Southerners. One time, there was a regular Ursus caravan that passed through the tribal market and... When was the last time I returned? The breath of the wild continues to echo through this place. Does Amma still watch over this forest? Something isn't right. The influence of Amma lingers, but it's not alone. This black mark of Ursus. Aw man, I could have used a training pack. I could have really used it earlier for...
Typhon, oh well.
I didn't pay attention to the shop.
No, I paid some attention because I bought my bestie Janie Selich's outfit, as one do. But I should have seen that pack. Gosh darn it. What is it, Simone?
Nothing. Has our guide found somewhere we can spend the night?
Yep, inside the tree up ahead.
And yeah, I don't got Ebenholz. He don't like me.
Cup says it's hollow, and with enough room for the four of us. I've never seen a hollow tree before.
Then now's your chance.
Sleepover. Wow, we could easily fit another person or two in here.
It's the largest treehouse around. Could hold close to a dozen.
Where's Typhon?
The hunter? She went looking for must-beast fruit stashes. She wanted something extra for dinner. You should rest. I'll set up some protection. Is that really necessary? The tree's already blessed. And there are even talismans hanging off of it.
Just in case, better safe than sorry.
She's so serious.
That's how Simone is. I'd have frozen to death 3, maybe 4 times by now if she weren't here to help.
Simone, huh? Simone. Santala. I think I've heard that name.
Is she someone famous in Sami?
Oh no, not at all. I must be remembering wrong. I have a hard time keeping track of anything I haven't seen for myself on my pilgrimage. So maybe I'm mixing her up with someone else.
Opens notebook. You seem to know a lot, Cup. Mind if I ask a few questions?
Shoot.
I picked up 2 pieces of bark from a tree, and they had symbols on them. I want to know what they mean.
It's a code that Sami uses to communicate with us. They could be messages about the past, the future, about nature. The same symbols can also mean very different things depending on who is receiving them and when. May I have a look?
I have them right here.
This is the old tree's bark. Snow priest, delight. Looks like a message from a clan tree to its shaman. You can have them back.
What's the difference between snow priest and shaman?
Think of a snow priest as a head shaman or a greater shaman. He may not be the oldest, but he's clearly the highest in status, the most powerful, and the local leader. Incidentally, my teacher is a snow priest.
Well, you become one too?
Nah, it's such a pain taking care of the tribe and solving all their problems. Leave it to someone who wants a job.
So, are you a shaman now?
Nope, just an apprentice. I have no idea what Sami wants, or even what it wants from me. Which is why my teacher made me come here to feel the Sami villain.
And have you felt it?
Nope. Leaves fall, rivers flow, it's all the same. I don't feel anything unusual. I have plenty of complaints for him the next time I see him.
You're back, Simone.
Let me have a look. Wow, you can really do that with ground frost? By the way, I heard that the one who serves the old tree can control the wind and snow, making them dance at her fingertips. The old tree takes no servants, nor does it take one like me. Well, if you don't want to talk, I'm not going to press the matter.
Old tree. Is there a difference between the clan trees?
There's only one tree that can be called Old and Sami. It represents the past and often appears with the heralds of the present and the future. The three are separate but one, transcending Sami.
The past.
By your outfit, I thought you were an explorer.
I am.
You seem more like, what's the word? A folklorist?
As an explorer, it's always good to learn more about an unfamiliar place.
I'll bring you some Sami books if we ever meet again, explorer.
That'd be great. On the other hand, there's only so much I can carry in extreme environments. Maybe the equivalent of 2 volumes of the Encyclopedia Columbiana. It's about this long and this wide, and this thick, hardcover.
Yup, not sure why you thought that'd help me at all. Just give me your luggage and let me feel the weight.
Oh, it's all bundled up to be carried on my back. 1 second. There. It's on the ground.
Good. It looks like you can fit it.
Huh?
That's about the same weight as 2 Sami books. Whoa, those are big books.
Oh. What sort of books?
Legends, tribal history, that sort of thing. But a full tribal history takes up enough wooden tablets to fill an entire treehouse, so I'll spare you on that.
I thought the paper books I saw in the Cyclops cave were Sami books. Maggie. Oh, welcome back. Do you have any more of those flare sticks? Yeah, why? I tried one when I was picking the fruits, and it worked even better than the leaf ball. You mean you ran into a tusk beast? Why wouldn't I? I was walking alone in the forest, and they're hungry. Anyway, do you have any? Half a bundle. How many do you need? Give me 2 for now. And here, fruit from the must-be stash. I washed them with water. Thanks. Let's eat together and get to bed early. I don't want to wake up and find the door blocked by a bunch of hungry beasts.
I'll take the night watch.
You already stayed up the other night. It should be my turn.
It's safer here, and I won't be up all night. Consider it a chance for me to relax.
Alright, if you say so. Be careful. There are demons in the forest.
I know.
Let's make a campfire, Simone. Absolutely not. Do you want to draw the attention of every predator in the forest? A lamp then?
Not much difference between a lamp and a fire, light-wise. If you can't sleep, then try this. A dream catcher helps you pass the night in peace, with no dreams of becoming prey.
Thank you. I'll be going to bed then. Good night. As Oka promised, Magellan was not troubled by nightmares at night. Instead, she dreamed another dream. In it, she is still in the forest at night, but she is not alone. She is a creature like Emperor.
Oh, that is impressive.
Beside her, a massive white hornbeam slumbers in the dream of another.
Hey, look, it's Xerneas, the legendary from Pokemon X.
Oh, I'm so excited for ZA. It was serene and beautiful. Magellan could not help but reach out to caress it. But it is so dignified and solemn that her hand stops in midair. She decides to lay down next to it and dream together with it. A dream within a dream.
For some, it's a lot more forest-like, or at least we've just been in the forest.
In it, a dark shadow shambles towards a tree hole where the group is sleeping.
Oh no.
Behind it is a trail of darkness and filth. Black snow falls from the sky, burning away Santalla's frost and creating a gap. The shadow walks towards the gap, leaving its vile trail on the ground. Suddenly, a horned beast catches its attention. The horned beast leaps and disappears. By the time the shadow turns around, the gap is filled with frost again. It gazes upon the frost and shambles towards where the horned beast disappeared. The horned beast is still by Magellan when she wakes up, but its horn had begun to melt. Then its body, then the forest. Magellan sits up upon the snow, snowflakes falling on her beak. For some reason, she feels regret. She never sees a horned beast's eyes until the dream vanishes. Oh! You're up early today. I just happened to wake up. Perhaps that was not the entire story. Her sleeping bag is wet near the pocket. She remembers pulling the pocket zipper shut before sleeping, but it is open now, as if something fell out. There was nothing missing though, except a little Sami souvenir. Typhon. What's the matter? Got off the wrong side of the bed? Does Amma's affection disappear? Mother has to take care of so many. She can't stay by your side forever. Did the affection I give you melt? Yeah. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe she took care of a big problem for us without us even realizing.
Thanks, Amma.
If possible, I'd have liked to keep it with me. Well, we can always find another. It's not too hard. It's not that hard. Okay.
I'm assuming that the deer is Amma.
Because it's Amma's protection.
And whenever I see special, like, deer creatures, I always think of either Xerneas from Pokemon or that god from Princess Mononoke. Both equally terrifying.
That's the beast that attacked us the other day. Hasn't been dead for long. Looks like he was rammed to death by a large herbivore. Self-defense to avoid being eaten? No, it came for revenge while the predator was weakened.
Yo, those herbivores are scary.
Maybe it lost a friend or family when it was little, and sought vengeance once it grew up. Animals seeking revenge.
The hunter kills its prey, and the offspring takes revenge. Humans do that, and so do animals. We're not as different from them as you civilized folk believe. But that aside, Hunter, Shaman, over here. We have a bigger problem.
Simone, this rock horn.
Yes, a demon did this. Take the foal away, Oak Child. Don't let it lick the mother's blood. Gotcha. Imitates a rockhorn cry.
The foal hears a call and staggers away from its mother and towards Okup. Sobbing cry.
It's scared. Don't worry, I'm here.
Licks the baby rockhorn's forehead. Picks up her camera.
She took a picture of that. It's like, look at them bonding. Okup has adopted a new son.
Magellan looks at the photo. With her own eyes, she can clearly see the rockhorn bleeding blood as black as ink.
Uh-oh.
But the blood doesn't appear in the photo at all.
It wasn't caused directly by a demon, just a corrupted creature, some kind of beast. It won't be turned. Can you save it, Oak Child? 1 second. Watch over the baby for a bit, Magellan. Imitates a rockhorn cry.
Okup speaks so many languages, including animal speak, which is impressive. Okup leads the foal to Magellan, then heads towards the injured rockhorn. Hello? Magellan stretches out her hand, and the foal happily rubs its head against her palm. Oh, so cute! Low cry. Pain cry.
Not good. We might have had a chance if we arrived earlier, but now... all we can do is ease its pain. Stand aside, Hunter. Don't let the foal see.
Long call.
Stifled moan. No need to be afraid, it won't hurt.
Wave staff.
Sleep now. Roam free and dream.
Over hills, over swamp. Puts down staff and takes out a dagger.
Rest in Alma's woods, for she watches over you. No more pain, no more suffering. With the souls of all life. Pierces the rockhorn's throat with a dagger. Roam free on Sami's back. Rest now, soul of the land.
Ooh. Imitates rockhorn mother's cry. Oh. Hearing the call, the foal hurries to Okup's side. Low cry. High-pitched call.
Fear not, your mother is with you. With her blood, her tears.
Draws the bloody dagger across the mother rockhorn's eye. Her horn. Crisscrosses with the dagger, stopping at your... The foal lightly kicks Okup's knee with its hoof.
Hoof.
Draws a mark on the hoof with the dagger.
Go, friend. Your life has just begun.
The foal continues to circle Okup, seemingly seeing him as its new family.
Well, I suppose that works. Only until we take care of your mother, though.
The foal does not answer, only rubbing itself against Okup.
Okup, come on, it's your new son. Accept it. What's the plan? This is more than an apprentice can handle. Sharp whistle. Screw training. I'll let my teacher take care of it. That way we'll take you out of the forest towards the nearby marshfolk village. They'll give you a warm welcome. I'll stay here with the kid and stop the rockhorn's bleeding until my teacher arrives. I can't let it become food for scavengers. Say hello to the canopy stage for me. Oh, so you knew. Tell him that this is connected to the Black Mark of Ursus. Black Mark of Ursus? Alright, I'll pass it on. Nothing good ever comes from Ursus being involved.
Do you have enough rations?
I'm not about to become the first apprentice shaman to starve to death in the forest.
Here, take this.
A flashlight? I can see well enough in the dark, but it might be useful to the old man. Thanks. Farewell, friends. May Thami keep you safe.
Bye, Okup. What is the Emperor Blade? What is the Emperor Blade, though? Not sure what that is. Oh, unless you meant that one dude. That one sus dude in the forest during that dream. Finally, out of the woods. Okay, I think I'm getting a signal. The marsh folk trade with you guys a lot, so they've got some of your metal things set up. What will Cup do with the Rockhorn's carcass? Cleanse the corrupted soil and blood. Clean the wound, then leave it. Shouldn't it be buried? No point. Scavengers would just dig it out. Isn't it the same with people? More or less. Like Okup said, here in Thami, there's not much difference between humans and beasts. Oh, that's the Emperor's Blade. That's what you're referring to. Not sure what they're doing in Thami. Hunt and be hunted, eat and be eaten. The best we can do is show our prey a bit of kindness and make sure they're dead before we eat them. That's the law of nature, the will of the North, and Samavillain. If you want to change that, there's only one way. What's that? Become Thami itself. Become the All-Father. Of course, it's just a legend. No one's ever seen it happen. Stop messing with me.
Checking status of Black Mark. Levophile is about to trade with those upon water.
Uh-oh. Another carcass, another victim. The hunter steps over the hunted with no intention to feed. This was not to satiate hunger, nor for revenge, but pure and simple killing. It is a horned beast, a corrupted one, with an empty hole in its abdomen, but it is still alive. Its blood, tears, and saliva are all black as ink. The hunter roams the animal trail, looking for a new victim. There's a figure swaying in the same frequency, not far away. It is clearly human. Its unique and rhythmic breathing can be heard clearly, even without approaching.
Hiss. Hoof.
I wonder if they're friends. They could be friends. Mr. Blade probably befriended those beasties. He's like, those are my new pets. My new family. Let me just collect this real quick. Okay, and then it was over here. Since you wanted to see, I'll show you real quick. Ta-da! That's how they be. That is how it be. Semi-friends, only semi. But friendly enough. Kind of, sorta. Of, yeah. I count that as friendly enough. The adventure in Thami is adorable. Okup, though. What a way to get a name. He was pretty cool. Magalan and Tifon are adorable together. Well, Santala has to, like, babysit them. As one do. And yeah, even if they're my bond with them isn't good enough in the end, I can always just look at their... Oh gosh, I have enough mats for them? No. I mean, maybe. I can just read their records later, if anything. I don't need them just yet, right? Yeah.
I do not have enough chips, if anything. I know that for sure. I've only been farming chips for the people that I want to raise, really. I know it's bad. I know I should raise everyone, but I'm just like, ooh, you, I like you. I'm gonna give you some chips. Eat these chips. And I don't have any more EXP tickets. I literally gave them all to Tifon as one do, because I am too biased. I know it should be for everyone. I know I should feed everyone equally, treat them equally, but I'm like, no, you cute, you deserve more food. Eat. Eat, girl, eat. That is how it be. As one do. But yeah, Sami's adorable. And Ama's blessing. Ama, your blessings are adorable too. I like how they're snowballs. Or they look like snowballs. Like, that is adorable. That is sweet. Imagine just walking around and you randomly see like a snowball on the floor. It's like, ah yes, Ama's protection. Yoink. Wonderful. And it only melts when Ama helps you. It's like, yay. Awesome. But okay if there's lots of time. But either way, even if I can't get them, it's fine. It's one of those eventually things. Eventually I'll get there. But with that being said, thank you for stopping by the stream. I will finish the rest of the stories tomorrow as one do. For now, I shall eat some food. And I'll see you guys later. Bye bye! I need to get more EXP tickets for Tifon. She's not fully leveled yet. She's in the 80s, which is still good, but oh, she needs more. I already bought the tickets in the shop. She needs even more EXP than that.